dreams, get fly like a bird. We keep the commandments, don't know what you heard. Pull out some scripts like I'm a director. I stay with my sword, I'm ready whenever. It's the end of the world.
Well, what's a man's seed? Your children, right? So he told the Israelites all the way back then, if you break these commandments, I'm going to put these curses on your children. How long? Forever! Is forever still going? Forever stopped? No, forever still going, right? So we should still be able to look at these signs and see who the Israelites are by these signs, right? Let's see some of the signs or curses that God said was going to happen to his chosen people. Read.
Deuteronomy 28:16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
He said the Israelites are going to be cursed in the city. Any city that you go to, who lives in the worst parts of the city, where the drugs are and prostitution, high murder rates? What racial people there? Blacks, who else? Blacks and Mexicans, right? But you remember who was Moses talking to in Deuteronomy? Israel, right? He said, Israel gonna be cursed in the city.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
He said, cursed Israel gonna be in the field. Who was cursed in the field for slavery for hundreds of years? Picking cotton. Blacks and who else? Mexicans. Who's still in the field today? Picking fruits and nuts and berries for green cards. Blacks and Mexicans, but who was God talking to? Israel, right? Let's go to 32. We're gonna show you, we're gonna go through a few curses so we can connect the dots and see who Israel is today, right? Read.
Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
He said your sons and daughters are gonna be given to another race of people. In slavery, did they keep all the families together and let the mom and daddy and the kids stay together? What did they do? They took the babies, they sold them, right, to another race of people, right? He said to another people, because they didn't sell them to other black people, right? It was another race of people that they sold them to, right? Let's go on, let's go bring it up to today. What's going on at the border with ICE? Are they taking the Mexicans' kids right now and locking them in cages and sending the parents off? Yes, they losing the kids. Kids coming up missing, they locking them up in cages. Is it Mexicans putting Mexicans' kids in cages, or is it another race of people doing it? Another race of people doing it. But who was Moses talking to right here? He was talking to the Israelites, but he said they sons and daughters was going to be taken and given to another people. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
He said Israel their eyes going to look and fail for their children all day long. What does that mean? They're going to sit there and cry all day long. Whenever you look at the news, you saw the people with ICE on the news. When you see the parents, what they doing? They all crying. Why they ain't fighting to go get their kids back? Why ain't no army going over there to go get them? But why not? Before they sold them, why nobody went? They had nothing to read the last part.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
God told Israel, they're going to take your kids. You ain't going to have no power to fight back. Did they have the power to fight back and get their kids? It was no might in their hands, right? I got a question. How did our people get to America? How did black people get to America? Oh, the slave trade on what mode of transportation? Boats, right? Not yachts, right? What kind of boats? Slave ships, right? What did you learn about that, sis? School, right? All praises. What do you learn about the Bible at? What are you supposed to learn about the Bible at? Church, right? So if slave ships was in the Bible, what you have learned about slave ships at? If it's in the Bible, you should learn at church, right? Is it in the Bible? Because church ain't teaching it, so it must not be here, right? Let's see if slavery is in the Bible. Read this.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said, the Lord shall bring thee to Egypt again. You know the Bible a little bit? What were the children of Israel doing in Egypt during Moses' time? Y'all ever watch the Prince of Egypt? You watch Prince of Egypt? What was Moses telling Pharaoh? Did he say, let my people go? You know what I'm saying? If Moses had to tell Pharaoh, let my people go, what was his people doing? Huh? Slaves, right? Let's see what Egypt mean in the Bible. Watch this.
Deuteronomy 5 and 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
So he called Egypt the house of bondage. What does bondage mean? To keep down a bound slavery. He called it the house of slavery, right? So Egypt in the Bible means slavery, right? So now when you go back to Deuteronomy 28, it'll make more sense what he's telling them. Watch this.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt,
or slavery,
again with ships.
He said that the Israelites were going to slavery again with ships. Remember, they had just came out of slavery at this point. He said, you're going to go again, right? What race of people have went into slavery on ships? What race of people have gone to slavery on ships? Blacks, Mexicans, Native Americans, that's it. What other race can you name? Think of any other race that went on there? No, right? So God told the Israelites, you're going to go into slavery again with ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
He said that Egypt over there that you was talking about, you ain't going to see that one no more again. You're going to go to a new house of bondage, a new house of slavery. Didn't we come to America to be slaves? Well, ain't this the new Egypt? Ain't this our new slave home? God said, you're going to go into Egypt again, and that Egypt over there, you ain't going to never see it again. Have we ever been back to our homeland since we've been over here? No, read. And there, once you get off those ships, because it wasn't just America. We got our ships in South America, Central America, the islands, Europe. He said, there, when you get out those slave ships,
and there, ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Were we sold to somebody? God said we were sold to our enemies. We weren't sold to nobody? Auction slave ship. Were we sold to people? Did they sell black people? Did they sell black people? Bro, you gotta catch up. They sold black people. When we got our slave ships, they put us on auction blocks. They sold us. That's what we talking about. They sold the kids to different plantations, right? He said this will happen to the Israelites. You're gonna get out those slave ships and you're gonna be sold to your enemies. Who sold us? The white people, right? But God said, who was gonna sell us?
And there, you shall be sold unto your enemies.
God said we're going to be sold to our enemies. Y'all just identified the enemy without knowing it. God said that's who you're going to be sold to. Read.
For bond men and bond women.
For slave men and slave women. Because we went into slavery together, we're leaving together.
Right.
Read.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you, which means to save or redeem. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great people, Barack Obama, all of them rose up, but have they been able to save us out of the hood? Are they able to stop them kids from getting taken at the border? No, because God said, if you break my commandments, these curses gonna come on you forever till Christ comes back, right? So, when I first asked you what's your nationality, you said black, African American, all those things, right? But we went into the Bible, right? Who was Moses talking to in Deuteronomy? What race of people was he talking to? Israel, right? He told Israel if they break these commandments, these bad things were gonna happen. Who did these things happen to that we read today? Today, who did it happen to?
Everybody else except the whites.
Well, not everybody else except the whites, right? Who do we say lived in the ghetto? Blacks and Mexicans. Who went on slave ships? Blacks and Mexicans. Who had their children taken? Right. So Moses said that Israelites, all these things were going to happen to you. Today it happened to the blacks and the Mexicans, right? Like I said, you can't find black, Mexican, African American in the Bible, right? So what were the blacks and the Mexicans called in the Bible? The Israelites, right? That's what we're here to teach our people. We not black. Black is a color of the crayon box. You are an Israelite. That's what we're here to teach our people. That we are the Israelites according to the Bible. And what did God think about the Israelites? What did he say they were? He said the Israelites are supposed to be above all people on the face of the earth. But why are they not? Because we didn't listen to God's commandments, right? So he put us at the bottom, right? So that's what we're here to teach our people. We got to start keeping God's commandments so we can get back above all races on the face of the earth. Because the way we going right now with Sexy Red leading the charge, we ain't making it far, right? This is what we're here to teach our people, right? So that's the second one.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.